Look familiar? Hope you're following along with us. Excuse me. We're doing some follow-ups on catch boxes. This is pretty cool. I've already looked at them. I mean, you know, walk around. It's cold. This is weird. May 10th, 2021. Had a storm front come through, a day or so ago. Another little front passed through earlier today. It is 3:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Temperatures like high 50s, maybe 57, 59. Pretty cold for early May here. 6 new catch boxes that you've been watching, you know, following along with us, I hope, learning. So this one, no action. Now I got rain coming in for tomorrow, so I'm not going to, sorry for the wind, I'm not going to refresh Swarm Commander, only for the rain washing it off the porch anyway. I've stood here for a few minutes before starting to film. No action here. Interesting. Okay, so let's swing to the left. Time to mow down a bunch of pasture. Remember this one? If you're watching this video first, you probably want to step back a bit and watch the ones preceding this to get a feel for what we're doing. Swarm Commander's lure inside only. 6 catch boxes, small ones, small boxes, so I can handle them easy. The last time we filmed, it was a few days ago, there was a lot of action on them. Whoops, sorry. Scout bees. Wow, windy. Scout bees all divided up, checking out different houses. So we set 6 choices out here in the south pasture. Darn it, Kendall, come on. Ooh. Remember how I said when scout bees are looking at a box, they'll be all on all 4 side panels, around, floating, dancing, all around. Remember that. No action here. Interesting. Okay, so there's 2 out of 6 down. Let's go check out the 2 on the stand. Just kind of free-handing the film today. Doing a walk around. It's nice and sunny. Hold my... Now, a little bit ago, I saw bees on the far one on the right. A few coming in and out. Okay, now let me share my thinking with you. How we teach. When a swarm comes in and they're protecting their queen, they want to take their queen inside. They're real shy, like a little white-tailed deer. And a lot of times, newer beekeepers get so excited they got swarm in a catch box, they open the catch box to look. And a day or so later, they usually take the queen away. They're real private, and you just violated their privacy rule. Out they go. Not every time, but a lot of times, enough to make you cry. Enough to make you go, what the heck happened there? Well, you don't understand bees enough yet. And they do certainly have a set of rules and principles. And if we'll slow down, things will go better for us and the bees. So I want to know in a catch box, I'm going to read the flight language first, and that will tell me whether they've taken a box or not. Again, scout bees, if they're looking and checking something out, they're going to float around, all four sides, top and bottom. They're getting a visual representation of what this potential house looks like. And they're going to go inside, have a look around, and go back and get their sisters if they like it. But when a colony takes the box, unless you just actually see them amass on the front, which you can happen, you can happen to be there when they all come in, which is just a killer moment. That's just a shocking moment to watch. Most times we're all busy doing work and chores and running to and fro. And then we come back and we find bees coming off one side of the box, the porch side, only that side. Without opening them, we just watch the porch activity. And if they are coming off of just the front side panel, the hole or the porch gap, if that's the only area of activity, and you can watch them for a little while, you can tell. And when they come off that one panel side, there's a high likelihood you've taken in a swarm. They've made their decision. Then what I want to know on another day, I'll be real slow about intruding on them. Another day I'll come stand beside the box, and I want to see pollen coming in consistent. And when I see pollen coming in consistent, it means they have a queen and they're laying up. Pollen is protein for the eggs and larvae. Eggs and larvae comes from a queen. So without ever opening the box, I can assess the condition inside pretty well. Now some people will go, forget that, just go open the lid. Well, I guess you can, but you don't have any control unless you actually catch the queen, unless you're doing some other manipulations. You run the risk of the colony getting up and taking off because they have not committed to the house yet. Once they lay down some eggs and larvae to build some brood, now they're locked in. It takes 21 days to hatch a worker. That's 3 weeks. I'll give them 2 weeks anyway to lock down. Once I feel like about 10 to 14 days has passed, then I can smoke them, open them up, have a look around. When I do that, I don't have bees get up and leave. Ha! You got to outsmart the bee. They bring a really high bar. That's why we teach the way we do. Principles, bee principles. Okay, the next group. Let's check it out. Didn't see really any action there to interest me. Now, we're not done catching bees by any stretch. It's wet. It's still cool. We're yet to really be in heavy throes of swarming. Much more coming. Okay. Get myself settled here. Alright, this is the big privet bush. Remember the big privet bush? Well, how can I do this? Okay, just stand here. See if I can zoom in. I stood here earlier. Didn't see any action here. Remember, it's May 10, and I set these boxes out, I don't know, 4 days ago. I can't remember the actual date. It's been within the past week. Not that many days ago. And we'll still keep them here. We'll refresh Swarm Commander on a nicer day when no rain fronts are coming. Huh. Nope. No bees there. At least not right now that I see. But what about this one? Well, this is interesting. Now, check this out. Saving the best for last. This is awesome. What do you see here? Look. I'll try to hold as still as I can. Look at that. What say you? I say there's a swarm in there. That's enough bees on the porch coming off the one panel with some guard bees present. I can see their butts sticking out of the porch opening. Oops. No, I'm watching, not paying attention. Now, let me zoom back out. Teaching you here now. Now behind this nuke, that second tree behind there is a path, a loop. It's just a looped path. I went back there and stood to see the backside. There's no bees on the backside. No bees. I didn't see any bees checking anything out on the backside. All this action is on the front side panel. Okay, so without opening, this is directed at newer beekeepers, okay? So if you're seasoned, Mr. Superstar, you know this, all right? This is directed at a lot of new people. The bees are on the face of the nuke. Now, the way I'm watching the porch and I'm looking at the bees coming out of the gap, that could be a pretty big swarm in there. And what's funny to me, here's this tree bouncing around. Now, I don't think it's going to break off that tree. Good. And we'll see. Well, now that I've been out here, say I hadn't come out here in several days. So now that I know this one's out here, I'll be coming out to watch. And on a normal day, when temperature's a little warmer, not as cold, good flight travel, good weather, sunny, they'll be on the road hard. And I can come out here between 12 and 2, particularly 1 and 2, that's dance time. And I can watch the porch for pollen. And when I confirm pollen is actually being brought in, I'll give them a time hack, about 10 to 14 days. That's enough time for them to pull some comb, lay down some eggs and larvae, and they're not so jumpy. Then I'll smoke them, open up the lid softly, get a feel for just what's the volume. Because I want to, from here, I'm going to tape over the hole, and I will strap the lid down. I'll plug the porch first. Or tape, plug, and strap, in that order. Tape the hole, plug the porch with a cloth towel, or maybe a screen. I have to be careful monkeying with this because it's on a little peg on the tree, and I certainly don't want it to fall. I have to be careful. You got to plug the opening. If it's a big group, now here's the danger. If it's a big group, and I plug the hole with a towel, tape over the hole in the top, and there's no vent in the bottom of this one. I know this box, so it's solid in back, no air. Well, if I don't open them rather soon, that big colony can suck up all that oxygen and they'll be dead in 24 hours. You want to suck them. So I have to be cognizant of what the heck I'm doing. This is why I like nukes that have a backside screen. It doesn't have to be real big, you know. either the 1/3 back on the bottom is screen, or a 2-inch hole in the back is screen, got some screen on it, and that alleviates the suffocation issue. But in this case, this is solid in the back. So I'm going to have to put on a screen. That may be tricky. Hanging from a tree. I could tape the hole, strap the lid. If I'm gentle, I could get a screen in there. It's going to be temporary anyway. Oops, sorry, I'm moving. This is how we do this. I don't, in my catch box strategies, I don't just jump into the box. They're private. Let's see, we just saw 5 other nukes with no activity. So what that tells me is that several days back when we saw all the scouts checking all the boxes out, this is the one they chose. They're very methodical. They'll check all the offerings and opportunities out. Here they go. Love it. And we'll be able to catch swarms like this probably, if the weather stays good, up into first part of July. And then you get to July, it starts to dry out. And the nectar slows down, and their desire to jump out of a box and swarm slows down. So if you're following along and you aren't real familiar with what we do, we teach sustainable beekeeping practices and principles. We have a lot of students across the country. The Personal Advisor Program is a private coaching service and program that we teach heavily. I would say go look at that. LittleCreekBeeRanch.com, Personal Advisor Program. We'll do an awesome newsletter mid-month, followed by a conference call with the students at the end of the month. We record the conference call, send it back to the student to study later. Personal one-on-one phone appointments, a lot more. So, yes, I can teach you what we do no matter what state you're in. And I hear this a lot. Oh, I'm in Nebraska. You can't help me. I said, yes. Who's telling you this stuff? Bees operate by a set of principles. Our environment may be a little bit different. The bees operate the same. The bees don't recognize state borders or county lines. They operate by a set of principles, which is cool, man. Once you learn the principles, things get a lot better. You might go to our ebook library, look at the Bee Principles Handbook. That's popular. That's where you start learning. That's cool. Principles, man. Principles. Bees don't recognize state lines or county borders. That box is full of bees. I'm just sitting here watching them on the porch. Huh. That box. I'm gonna have to come check them out. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go get out of the way. LittleCreekBeeRanch.com, Personal Advisor Program. Just how hungry are you to learn? Smash the like button, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get our numbers up. That's cool too. Yes, look at all those bees. You know what the best thing about these bees are? Right here? They're free. House themselves and they're healthy. Killer. Personal Advisor Program. Later.